Hello, everyone. Welcome to Old Sauce Studio. Welcome to our first ever podcast. Today we have Mr. Micah Hancock from Block Media Co. You know, we haven't really done podcasts before, but I saw some of the content that Micah was posting and it really made me want to have a conversation with him. So I reached out and said, hey, man, do you want to chat about this? And he said, yeah. And I said, even better, maybe we could film a podcast. And you seem to like that idea. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to catch up. It's been too long, and what a better way than in front of a couple cameras with
Exactly.
a couple camera guys.
We're video guys, right? So the subject that we're going to talk about today is AI, which is, even saying AI, I just don't like it. That term is so overused. It's almost a meme at this point, but it is something that is relevant to us, especially in our industry. So I figured it would be something to have a little discussion about. So Micah, why don't you tell me a little bit, just to start, about what you've been up to lately with your businesses?
Yeah, sure. So great to be here. Thanks for having me. It's a fun way to catch up. It's been a little bit too long, so thanks for the invite.
Absolutely.
Excited what you guys have going on with Old Saw, and it's been fun to follow you along your journey as well. We both come from the video production sphere, of course, but with like slightly different approaches to it. And basically, what we've been doing with Block Media is more of a systemized approach to production, to photography, coming in as more of a white label partner with other agencies or even businesses with existing creative teams that sort of want to take control of their own direction and creative, but basically need the crew to execute. And so we kind of come in, we support them, they sort of call the shots, and we roll with them. So that's kind of been my focus for the last handful of years, probably 4 or 5 years now, about 5 years. And more recently kind of got integrated with the e-commerce world and the digital side of media, where it's anywhere, any place, anytime, not so much local base where we're having to go to the client. With more service or industrial or Alberta-based businesses. And that kind of got me just interested and connected in a kind of a new category, new opportunity, for better or for worse, I don't know yet. But decided to kind of jump in this direction, and I've always kind of had a very strong interest in design. So graphic design, web design, packaging, even product design maybe in the future. And so managed to get connected with some other individuals in the space, actually formed a partnership and decided to kind of jump into something new with Reely Studio. So the whole vision with that is kind of an ongoing design collaborative team for e-commerce brands, but also others as we're kind of getting on our feet and going from there. So it's pretty new for us. It's only been about 6 months now. But it's been a lot of fun. Of course, now we're all like pivoting and integrating AI and figuring out like how that's going to affect our world. And that's why we're here today to kind of brainstorm and of course, chat a little bit about what is going on and what we should do.
I think for me, like, I saw you post this thing about your Reely studio, and I was like, okay, so he's kind of doing the same thing he was doing with Block Media. But then I saw with a lot of your content, you were focusing on the AI side of things.
Yeah.
And for me, AI is something I am not extremely informed about, but kind of opinionated on, which is a bad combination sometimes.
Fair enough.
I think for me, I have been very skeptical of AI, but also mildly like threatened by it in a sense. And so I'm a big thought that I've had lately in discussion also with some other friends who are in the industry is like, what is this going to do to us as people in the video production world? And I guess maybe for now, let's just focus solely on the video side of things. I mean, I did see you post this one thing about how to make like your headshot, and I thought it was kind of tongue in cheek, but also it seemed like maybe you were sort of, saying, hey, this could be something you could use. It didn't really it looked like you, but it also didn't look like you.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Well, that really was it. Is it there yet? It's not 100% there yet, but is it getting close? And here's what it can do. It's just part of the conversation, right? It's like throwing stuff out there.
Yeah.
And for me, like I think it's been fun enough that I'm like, I kind of want to dig into it a little bit. So posting on socials, having some fun with it. And again, I think that's a big summary of the conversation from a macro perspective is it's kind of looks like you, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
and that summarizes a lot of AI right now.
Yeah.
Which is it's sometimes 80% there, sometimes 72% there, and it's rarely 100% there.
Yeah. No.
And so that can the response to that can either be, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever, or this is a waste of time.
But even in general, it's just like, there was one day where I was like, I noticed like multiple times different clients and people just using it to like think for them, right? And at some point, it's like, I almost picture a day where it's like, okay, maybe the teacher creates their lesson plan with AI, and then the students work on the school with it, and it's like, what are we actually doing? Like, what, like, is it something that actually can help us and sort of enhance us, or is it just like, I don't know, it feels just like pointless in some sense too.
Yeah, that we're gonna come full circle.
Yeah, like it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I think the danger with AI is that we start to shut off our brain and let it think for us. And the way that we've been trying to integrate it is to use it as a tool, and where it does give us that 70-80% efficiency improvement, embrace it. But what I'm trying to push my team on is like don't give me results that are if you can tell it's AI, we've failed, right? Like,
yeah, it's true.
That's a distinction that is really important. And so the whole point is we need to keep our brains running. And I think for me, where I draw the line is we're not using AI to generate ideas or create new concepts or direct where we're going.
Yeah.
But we're using it as a tool to get there.
Do you know how tempting that is to do, though?
It's hard.
Like, I've seen it multiple times where it's like, in that moment, you're busy, and it's like, we need an idea, so let's just get it, and it will spit out some idea that was like suffice, but I feel like eventually that's going to become like so circular, and then your ideas are going to feed the ideas, and it just it's become the spiral.
You're going to see the same ideas, even with images, like and copy. Like a lot of people can tell when it's ChatGPT copy or when it's an image that was AI. Even if it like looks hyper realistic, you're like,
no, you can tell.
Yeah, I just somehow for some reason I just don't think that's real. And I think a lot of us, even if we're not seeing it every day or we don't know we're seeing it every day, we're going to develop that awareness. And like you said, it's going to just start feeling this circle where AI is informing AI.
Yeah.
And then we never actually break out of that like language model and expand to new ideas. Because I think the whole concept of the language model is that it has to learn off of something.
Yes.
And so it can't actually generate outside of itself, at least not that we've seen in a meaningful way yet. And I think that's where the intersection comes with creatives and the discussion around creatives is that we have to still be creatives. But like you said, it's very tempting to like, you're tired, you need a concept, you need a storyboard. It's like, okay, ChatGPT, storyboard for, XYZ brand. I need it to be 30 seconds long. Give me 9 segments, like whatever it is.
And I think that's like, to me, where ChatGPT or like AI in general is useful is it's in performing those tasks that would just, it's almost like, where it's almost logistical, or it's sort of like, it's something that like you can manually do, but the outcome's already fully determined what you need to do. So it can save you that time. If it's like, if you have the images and you're like, here's the images, put them into a storyboard. That's great. Right?
Yeah.
Or I know a friend who's like, he'll do certain things like, I'm in this town, give me like 10 things I should go do. I feel like that is where it works.
And that's a lot of fun and saves a lot of time. And it allows us to operate more, it allows us to operate leaner as a team and still produce amazing results and still, I think, make a great living. But there is going to be a fine line where do we draw the gray area between idea generation and tools and efficiency to get us to the results that we're envisioning?
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to stop us for a second and do a little bit of a turn and back up a little bit. It's almost too crude to word it this way, but what's the point of what we're doing? Do you ever ask yourself that? Like, we're creating these things, it's going on social media. Do you still believe in it?
I do. Here's my perspective when it comes to creatives. I think as a creative, what I'm excited about is creating.
Okay.
Is the results and the solutions
Yeah.
and the meaning that we can provide for our clients, for ourselves,
Yep.
for the world, whether,
Yep.
it's posting for free even. I think there's a lot of meaning and value just in being a creator, and that's a lot of fun. And sometimes in business, in running a team, in the nuance, the day-to-day,
Yep.
I sometimes feel like I never get to do that anymore. Or a production is just a production because I'm just trying to satisfy the client, get the paycheck, and move on.
Yeah.
And so I go through these seasons where I'm like, man, I gotta get back into I want to find inspiration again. I want to actually go for a walk, take my camera, and want to shoot, or sit down and to draw or to design or whatever it might be, or grab the guitar. And I feel like it's easy to lose a lot of those creator moments, those maker time, deep work type spaces where we have to lock it in or make time for it on the calendar. Life is busy and it's easy to get so focused on the day-to-day. What I'm excited about with AI is as efficiency increases and improves so much with the tools and the day-to-day things that we have to do. Let's use editing for an example. A 12-hour editing project is just slowly coming down. Maybe it's in a few months it's a 2-hour, maybe it's a 4-hour. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot less time to get the same results. And so what I'm hoping to see, and I'm hoping how the industry will adapt and adjust to it, is that we can still charge just as much to our clients, or still the value on the solutions we can provide can be the same, but with less time for us to get the result. Meaning,
that is the idea of efficiency, right?
That's the goal. And we have to be careful about how we navigate that and hold that as creatives. But hopefully we can provide our clients with the same solutions, but then bring our time and our efficiency down, which then allows more mental energy to go into the creative side. So for me, I feel like this is, in some ways, AI is not causing me to become less of a creator, but allowing me opportunity to become more of a creator.
But the question is, okay, I agree. I would word it this way. AI can allow you to become more of a creator if you utilize it in a way that actually supplements and benefits your creativity, right? Because if you use it to do the creating for you, you're now entering this vortex that I'm seeing happening, right? And for me, I think a bad sign in a sense for me was I actually deactivated my own personal Instagram when I saw this AI video of a boat, and it was shooting all the excrement out the back. And it's this is how they the cruise gets rid of all the bathroom waste. And I was like, is that actually real? It's gross. And then I was looking, I'm this is AI. And I'm I got duped.
Yeah.
And I was okay, I'm this is clogged up with garbage. And so my fear is or what I'm wondering about is, do you think that social media, which is the primary channel for all of the stuff we're creating, I would say, I'm not doing very many TV spots.
Yeah.
It's becoming clogged up with all this garbage. Is it still a place that's going to be a fruitful place to be creating and putting things out into the world? Because I know for me, it's sort of ceased being that on a personal level. Still in a business sense, I still use it and it's a good tool.
Yeah.
But I'm losing some faith in social media in general because of this non-creative garbage that's getting pumped into it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I agree. I've wrestled with that too. Going on, back in the day when Instagram launched, it was your friends' posts. It was seeing what your crew was up to. It was seeing local stuff. It was having fun taking photos and posting it, throwing a filter on. It was much more social. Now it's ads every 3 posts. And the ones that are organic are probably AI now.
There's organic accounts that are still, it's all just business driven, right? Somehow those organic accounts spewing out that stuff are making money somehow. I don't know how, people set it up. It's all automated. It's just being pumped with this garbage. The other day I saw this Bible verse that this person had told me about, and I'm he told me this Bible verse, and I was listening to him, I don't think that's actually in the Bible. And so I looked it up, it wasn't, and it was being shared all over Instagram and TikTok.
Oh my God.
And it's I'm almost guarantee you some AI thing pumped this thing out, right? And so it's just this is just getting to the point I don't want to have anything to do with this.
Yeah, the prompt was inspirational Bible verse that I could post on my Instagram and get likes for.
Exactly.
And then it gave you the Book of Enoch or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know. Well, I think there will have to be a big pivot for social media in general. Whether that's really strong filters, screening, some kind of identification verification system. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I know. Like with OpenAI, Sam Altman is working on implementing like human verification, some
Right.
system where they I don't know if they scan your retina or whatever, and you create
crazy.
like a human identity, like a digital human identity.
Yeah.
So you own it,
Yeah.
and it's something you can use for like verification potentially
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah.
So like for people who are quite famous,
Yeah.
obviously there's AI stuff being generated for them.
Yeah.
So they have to be able to prove how can my audience guarantee that this is my post?
Yeah.
And so working in some kind of verification system.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's something that will come.
Yeah.
But even just the social aspect of it, I think it's going to need some reform, because I think
Yeah.
like my friends don't hardly ever post on Instagram.
Well, you know what it is? Like, I don't know if you agree, but I think the most used social media right now is like iMessage groups.
Yeah, there you go. WhatsApp, iMessage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're texting gifts to your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's where
I
you're
think
posting.
so.
Like, I don't know if are you in group chats?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With friends, with family, with church people. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, all the time.
And that's like where it's like, okay, like because it still has a level of purity. Like your friends, except for me, I spam AI in there as a joke. But like,
Yeah.
you know, people aren't spamming it. Like you're not trying to make money off the people in your group chat, right?
And maybe that's where things have to go. Is that maybe group chats with our amazing solution. Like maybe that's all we need as humans. Is like, you know, the 150. What is the rule? 150 people in your circle that you can actually manage.
Yeah.
You have group chats, you have friends, and then social media is more like, whether that's just company branding, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how that
so
unfolds.
then my question is for us and for our career, are we going to create videos for people's group chats? Right? Like what, like, and so this is where it's like when a company comes to me and says like, I want a video, lately it's like the question's been like, okay, what are we going to do with it? You know? And so I'd be curious, how do you answer that when a company comes to you and they say, because yours is interesting because they handle the creative direction, right? But I think I know you still have a hand in the strategy of it, right? Where it's like, okay, I want a video, right? Well, we can make you a video, but like, what's it for? Is it actually going to get them the results they want? And how does AI affect that? It's a huge question, I know, but.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's very likely where things are moving. Let me say it this way. I think that question is going to define the direction that we go as creatives, because my focus has always been like more so in business, on structure, on systematizing things, which is, I think, going to get really impacted by AI, and hence my like embracing of it to go like, okay, how is this going to affect, like when my system is about efficiency, I have to use AI. But with more of a emphasis on the creative side, on the strategy, on the creative development, I think potentially that's where the majority of us as creatives, whether it's video, photo, design, whatever it might be, I think that's where we're going to have to lean into as an industry as a whole.
Yep.
And so because the systematization of it and the efficiency is going to get so impacted by AI.
Yes.
What's like I said before, a 12-hour job is now a 2-hour job.
Yeah.
Well, we can't sell a 2-hour job on hours anymore, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we have to provide value. We
Yeah.
have to focus on the solutions we can give them and say, look, my solution, you're hiring me because my solution is worth this much, not because it took me 12 hours to make it. And so whether that's editing or Photoshop, like Photoshop is basically going away. I mean, a 12-hour job now can be done in, like, you can circle a section, tell it what you want it to do. There's happiness sliders now. You can add a smile.
Oh my goodness.
You can add more facial hair just by like sliding it on a scale.
Oh, I need that. I want a beard.
Thicken hair, thin the hair. Like a lot of like if you wanted to change someone's facial hair, that's a lot of work to do it manually.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, whoop,
Yeah.
done. Full beard.
Yeah. Make it orange.
Smile's a little too awkward. Done. So that's going to change a lot. But then the question comes down to the creative behind it. Is this deliverable? Is this piece of creative going to solve their solutions? And if yes, are they going to be willing to pay for it, regardless of how we got there? With AI, without AI? 2-hour, 12-hour, 1 week. 7 minutes, right? The value is in the idea. And I think as creatives, we're actually gonna have to lean more into that than ever, I think. And that's going to be tough because for a lot of us, our day-to-day is
Yeah.
hours. It's working for a company. It's charging our client hourly. It's trying to get more stuff to get more projects in so that we can charge more per project.
Yeah.
But now, moving forward, it's going to be more about the ideas and the solutions that we can provide.
Which I agree, and I agree with that. And it's like almost, at least where we're at, like I've mentioned this a few times where it's like I almost want to become like an idea company in a sense, right? It's like, okay, here's the thing. Yes, we have the technical ability. And I think the one saving grace for our situation is that like we're still filming real people doing real things locally, right? I totally see how like especially graphic design and Photoshop and these things are getting threatened.
Yeah.
But with, I guess could there be a day where like the AI video can like, you kind of did that Photoshop. I just like don't ever see that really becoming so real and useful that it will be used. But I could be so wrong about that. But I mean,
like perfect replica of, let's say you want to interview a CEO of a company. Is it ever going to be good enough where they can do it with their iPhone and then just?
Yeah. I guess for me, it's like, because I don't know much about this, but there's this kind of thing called dead internet theory. I don't know if you've heard of it, where it's like AI is producing all the stuff and AI is also interacting. And so like there's this like let's say on Reddit, the AI is like posting this thing and then there's getting all these comments, but it's also all AI. It's just like, at what point is the internet anything that's useful to humans? Like, I just feel like with where we're at, it feels like the trajectory is going down. And that kind of freaks me out because my career is so based in the internet. Now, obviously, it's not going to go away completely, but it's cutting through that fluff that is like, I think, our challenge right now, which is why I'm saying like becoming that idea, that strategy, that concept type person is probably more important now than it ever was.
Yeah, I don't see another way forward. I mean, other than trying to use AI to create systems that we can, still provide our clients with the solutions they need.
Yeah.
But they know that they're hiring a human. And maybe there will be like a big shift and maybe a bubble pop of some kind where everyone realizes this AI thing is overhyped and they're like finding companies that are humans again. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But I think as where we stand as humans now, we're kind of in a good spot as in video. I think the advantage with video is we're probably about 6 months behind. In terms of the technology catching up.
That's fair.
Like you see it in copy, in visuals and stills.
Yeah.
And then several months later you see it in video. Right. And so I think we can kind of like, okay, where are photos at? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're probably going to be there in X number of months. Mm-hmm. So we can kind of work our way that way in a sense of how we adapt our production side.
So but like even just as a thought experiment, like imagine, I'm thinking of like, let's say as a CEO or like a owner of a company, you don't have the time. It saves me the time. So AI is so good that you can put out this sort of AI version of yourself saying stuff that you would say. Is that even a valuable thing anymore? Like people, do people want that? Like, it almost feels like it's all, especially with the AI video, it's all like premised on tricking people almost. Yeah. Which I feel like people don't want to be tricked. So almost philosophically, could it ever happen in a way that's actually valuable?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think people want AI. Like, if they see a video and they think it's cool, if you tell them it's AI, it's no longer cool. Yeah. Or maybe there's some like a neatness, or there's
it's like
some
cool. That's cool, or it's like disturbing,
it's
or
like
something.
Interesting, or it's like impressive. But if you were to let's say go watch a movie, at the cinema, and you thought it was a great film, great production, great writing, great acting, great cinematography, and then you checked online and found out it was like 80% AI. I don't know. Bum you out. You might be kind of bummed out.
Yeah, I'd be bummed out. But I think I would also send I think just where how I live ideologically and where I am philosophically, like I just don't fundamentally believe that it will ever be able to truly escape that uncanny valley-ness. Now that being said, I'm open to being proven wrong. I mean, look at how far it's come in the last year. So who knows where it's going to be in a few years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more open. I think I maybe am falling to the camp that believes it's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about that.
In terms of like
I love it.
accuracy and realism. I don't know when, obviously, but I think it might happen. I think it might get to the point where a CEO can sit down with his 19-year-old marketing director with an iPhone, with the worst lighting in his office against a white gray wall, set up the iPhone, no mics, terrible quality, and he's gonna share his story about the company. She takes that, she pumps it up through AI, adds the lighting, adjusts the resolution, adds depth of field, adds a background, adds a set, improves the audio to like studio level. I mean, I think that might happen.
Okay, it's interesting. I like this premise because for me, I'm more comfortable with the audio side of things, which is interesting, right? Because I use AI audio tools all the time. I do it in my music when I make music. Like I'll use a bit of auto tune and stuff like that just to make it clean. That doesn't bother me. But there's something about the video side that removes or that affects the humanness in a way that makes me uncomfortable.
I think it is uncomfortable, but I think it'll be convincing.
Okay.
That's what's potentially scary.
So then in the NHL, Connor McDavid doesn't have to sit down for interviews anymore. Right? And so we just get fed all these AI interviews, and he's like, "Yeah, well, obviously we did our best," and it's still going to be his classic crappy hockey cadence style of talking because it has to sound like him.
Yeah, those videos are hilarious. Have you seen the AI ones?
No. Oh, those ones I've seen those.
Yeah, yeah. He goes on about you're like, wait, what? What is?
But what happens when that's used in like by Sportsnet, like where it's actually like sincere? Is that what you're predicting is going to happen?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I think the question being, will they? Could they? I think they could.
Okay.
That's where I'm coming from. I'm saying I think in a handful of years, the capability will get there.
Yeah.
Will ethically and morally, will they?
Okay,
will people want that?
Take ethical and moral out. My question is more, will we want to watch that?
Exactly. Will we want to? Will people value it and stay tuned if they know it's happening? I think that's the biggest question mark.
And I think, so my view, and I think it comes down to how I view humans, and it almost gets like philosophical and ideological to a sense, which is funny because it's like such a funny little career of like you're filming people. But like, for me, it's almost like, what do we like about these films we're making? It's this human story side of it, right? That's what everyone wants to see, right? Everyone wants to see Connor McDavid in the dressing room swearing, right? We want to see the human side. And so I think social media has in some sense expedited this ability for us to connect, right, with other humans, but it also is disembodied, right? And so to me, that's a problem with social media where you're not actually like, I love that we're here right now doing this in person, right? And I love that
we're
it's
actually
not
real. Hey,
we're real. And I like that it's not just on Zoom, right? I think as humans, we all crave that. Now, obviously what social media does is it allows you to transcend that physical realm, which allows for so much more connection and information, but something's lost. And so then, I'm sorry, this is kind of a rant, but then with AI, we're losing the final piece of the human connection, which is the actual humanness of it. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, I guess I have faith. I'm obviously revealing my position, but like I have faith and I believe that like people aren't going to really, like maybe for a bit they'll consume it, but eventually the humanness and probably the embodied side of things is actually going to win out, which does, I don't know. It's a big ramble.
But right now it's a mess because there's a mix of real and fake, and the fake is getting so convincing that you're almost like always questioning yourself. And you go on social, and you're like, I don't even want to be here because I can't tell if this is real. And that speaks to the same kind of experience that you're articulating, which is, will humans want to watch it if we know it's not real, or if there's not human creativity behind it? Like if I'm watching a film with Will Smith and I know it's an AI version of Will Smith, will I care? I would probably not watch the film.
I wouldn't watch it if I knew it was Will Smith in general. But if it's AI Will Smith, definitely.
Maybe it's better for some. No, but I think that's a fundamental question that is yet to be answered.
Yeah.
And right now it's a gray area where there's a mix that we don't. there's not a distinction between the two.
Yeah.
Some of it's obviously AI.
Yeah.
Some of it I think is so convincing we don't even know it's AI.
That's interesting.
And
is that the game then? If we can trick you, we got you.
That's the game right now.
Maybe that's the game.
Because once people realize it's AI, I think it turns down the engagement a little bit. So right now it's all about tricking people to convince them that
like that boat video that tricked me, and then I deactivated my account because I'm like, I got it.
Well, there's some pretty crazy stuff, like with VO3 and Google's Flow thing. Like it's unbelievably accurate. Midjourney with photos just got a big update a couple of weeks ago, and like it was already good. Now it's just so hyper realistic.
Yeah.
So then the question also is, should we use it in our work with our clients?
Yeah.
Do our clients want it? There's like the ideological perspective, but then there's the business perspective of like, okay, well, if client pays for it, do I really care? Maybe I should, but I don't know. I think a lot of us will fall into that. We're going to fall into that. I don't know if it's a trap, but it's a trend of, hey, I mean, the client still pays.
Yeah.
I can do this for faster.
Yeah, but then I guess that's more of a business thing of like you're taking advantage of the bubble. Yep. Right, which is like that is a business philosophy in and of itself. Is like, okay, obviously the opportunity's here. Does that mean you should take that opportunity? Yep. Right, and we kind of talked about that a little bit before the cameras were rolling with avoiding shiny things. Yep. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. I want to just ask some of these questions I have here. Is that okay with you?
Let's do it.
Okay, so how are you currently using AI in your business?
Great question, and I sort of touched on this regarding like the 80% results, where there's still a 20% that's not there, and also the challenge of using AI as a tool, but not as an idea generation machine. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to be creatives and give our clients human results and solutions, and we don't want to feed the vortex, even if it means we can make a quick buck. I think that's potentially the slippery slope for us as creatives. So we'll take it as ways we can improve our efficiency. So that might mean giving it creative concepts we've already developed, asking it to find ways to improve it, give us variations. If you get stuck with a concept, we can get some help breaking through that. So largely in different areas, where the way I try to think of it is, where can we take our creative concepts and get it to our client faster without compromising the original concept to begin with?
True.
So that's really like the fundamental way that we're trying to engage with it. So whether that's using ChatGPT to take an idea and then flesh it out, create the outline for the storyboard.
Sure.
Where
you feed it the idea, right? And you get it to flesh it out.
Yeah.
So you're still trying to have that human starting component with the idea, where it's like, we're going to like brainstorm this idea.
Yeah.
Even if ChatGPT could technically give us a better idea, we're not going to acquiesce to that necessarily yet.
Yeah, I think the conversation with AI, a lot of it comes down to taste. Yeah. And I think the potential slippery slope with that, like unending vortex, is what is AI. It can't have taste of its own. I think taste is a human attribute that it's not predictable. It's like if you try to ask AI about fashion, well, it can give you the fashion history. It can give you the current trends. It can't tell you where it's going to go. Right. It can't tell you why kids are using like Bass Pro Shop hats on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you got like this like a 16-year-old who's never even stepped foot outside. Yeah. He's wearing a Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the like fishermen, hunters that are like driving up in their trucks. They're like, what's going on here? But
Realtree's cool.
Yeah. AI can't predict the human trends. It can't predict the desires and the interests that unfold for whatever random reason. It's totally random and cool and interesting. I think that's what makes humans human, and AI can't predict that. So AI can't necessarily generate or define a direction and define taste and give us new taste. It can only reproduce what was already given. Yeah. Or what was already fed it in the past, at least at this point. Yeah. And so I think taste is the big differentiator. It's a roundabout way to to answer the question. But I think that's fundamentally, it comes down to finding ways to improve our workflows, offer our clients cool stuff if we can. It's like, hey, you wanted a shot of an astronaut on a moon with a white flag. 6 months ago, I was like, sorry, man, it's not in the stock footage library. We actually did this for a client.
Okay.
They wanted this very specific image. I'm like, I'll see what I can do. I'll hop on Sora, we'll generate some stuff, I'll use Midjourney. And we were able to get them something that they were like super blown away with.
Crazy.
And so there's cool stuff we can do for our clients.
I think like the only like creative side of it that I see is potentially valuable is like, oh shoot, we forgot that drone shot. We were somehow which is like, you should never forget that, but we're naughty sometimes. You know, let's get or like, oh
I did that
shoot,
once.
like
I got flown out to diamond mine in Northwest Territories to do a production for a recruitment campaign for a big company. And we were doing some interviews, some handheld gimbal shots, and some drone. Brought the drone, forgot the controller.
Oh, yeah. Classic. You're not alone in that. I just want you to know that.
That one hurt. So is there a world where we can take the handheld shot and generate an aerial shot and give our client the same value even though we effed it up in the first place? I mean, I'm going to take advantage of that when it comes out. Fixing audio is already a big thing. Or adding words that were missed in an interview. Or cleaning up a shot that was
and I'm actually comfortable with all that, oddly enough. I am comfortable with all that. I just don't want, I don't want it to be the producer. I don't want it to be the main producer. I don't want to watch something on a computer fully made, right? I want that human touch. I mean, that's just what I desire. And I think being in this industry, I think that's what we're going to uniquely be able to offer. And I'm optimistic that, like, as far as our industry goes, that it's really quite safe in that sense, because I think you'll have people saying we do all AI, but like people want to see themselves. They want to see real people on screen. I think we're always going to be able to discern that, and that, well, even if it gets amazing, I think there'll still be some uncanny valley-ness to it. You know, that's at least where I'm at. I'm obviously open to being proven wrong.
I think I mostly agree, especially in the sense that I'm pretty optimistic that the creative industry is going to grow, which is kind of wild to say. Now, will the number of jobs in the industry grow? That one, maybe not. Like that, I think jobs will go down. I think hours will go down. I think it will get radically impacted. But will the industry, the value that is on it, grow? I think so. I think companies are going to embrace the human aspect maybe more than ever. Like, I've been getting into the design side of things, and like other design agencies are blowing up. Like, there is a huge interest despite ChatGPT and all of these tools coming. Companies are like, I want good design. And, you know, even 10 years ago, design was design. It was like, it looks fine, it works, you know, as long as your logo's good, whatever, it's a website. Now companies and founders and CEOs are like, no, we value the results we can get from good structures and design, from nuance, from human-led solutions. Like, I think there's actually an interest in this more than ever. And I think I'm seeing the same in video. Of course, video, the technology, we're always a little bit of a cushion, which is nice. But when it does catch up, I think the mindset will still be similar in the sense that companies will want the human input. They might be willing to pay more for it than ever, despite AI.
And that's almost where I would see it grow, is just that, you know, I mean, work becoming more and more creative, right? And so I think people will be willing to pay for it as time goes on, but I think it might look different than it does now. And especially with social media, and especially the way that the information is disseminated, you know, do people still want 15-second clips? Maybe not, right? Maybe people want more longer form, or more, you know, just that will give them that comfort or something, right? So I think that's something, like, you know, we'll be able to offer our clients as we move forward. All right, last question, then we'll wrap up here. Where do you see opportunity for creative? You kind of touched on this, but where do you see opportunity for creative professionals in this shift? You know, maybe the jobs are going down. Someone watching this, maybe they want to be in the industry or want to know where to go next.
Yeah. And I think if you're in an industry as a creative, whatever field it is, you're going to be impacted. And the amount of time it's going to take you to do a task is just going to go down. So like the thought experiment I use is, what if my job required zero effort physically?
Right.
And it was like 100% ideation concepts. Like you and your book, you write, like, you know what I mean?
Yep,
Like just sitting there thinking of ideas and solutions that your clients could take.
That.
If you had zero actionable execution, how would you approach your industry? I think that's where we have to go. Is because right now maybe it's a 6-hour job, maybe it's a 12-hour job, maybe next month it's a 4-hour job. It doesn't matter because it's going to just go less and less and less and less and less. And you're going to have, if you're going to try to fight the hour crisis, you're just going to get more clients to try to fill that, and then it's going to get less and less and less, and you're just going to run out. And so we have to approach it from the other perspective, which is, okay, what if I didn't charge the client for hours? What if I told them it was going to take 5 seconds? What if they knew it only took 5 seconds? Would they still pay for my idea? Would they still pay for my ability to foresee their problems and give them solutions? And I think that's the answer we have to discuss. Is the answer yes? And if it's not, I think we have to really fight hard as creatives to develop our taste, to just get really good at what we do and stand out more than ever. Not necessarily and this is the thing that I think is interesting, is I suck at Photoshop. I'm not a good editor. I'm slow. I'm good at curating the vision, the idea. When it comes to like adding text elements to color grade, like whatever it is, I'm just not that fast, and I don't actually enjoy it either. So I'm kind of like, you know what? I can still get the same result for way less work. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm like, I don't have to do all the stuff I don't like doing. But in order to justify that, I have to make sure the value I'm giving my client is worth the time, or worth what they're going to be willing to pay for it. So that's the perspective I'm trying to take, is using that thought experiment to hopefully pave a path forward that we can actually.
If the time goes down, should you invest more time to make the quality go up?
Yeah, so this is what I'm excited about, is because I think if it was a 15-hour project, but now it only takes 3 or 4 hours to do it, then I have way more time to put into creative ideation, to think through the solutions or the problems that we have to face for our client. Maybe that means going for a walk. Maybe that means sitting in a coffee shop, jotting down ideas. Like it's going to be much more this like ethereal approach. And some ideas might just like come like that. And it's 27 minutes, and like I have it's like the hit song that the artist wrote, just in the middle of the night in like 12 minutes, and it's a big hit. It's like, does that mean that the song is worth less? No. It's still,
and but the question is, like, should they spend another 5 hours writing it? Because sometimes it's like the idea's there, and you just run with what you got, right? Like I think there will be time for more. There will be more time to improve it and stuff like that. But in some sense, maybe it does free you up a little bit.
It does, yeah. I mean, improve it to the point where you feel that solution is 100% what it could be. And I think that's a standard we should all have as creatives, is giving our clients the best that we can give them. And if that means a new tool, if that means a little bit extra time on something that we would have had to rush to before, I think there's opportunity to fit those in for sure. But I think ultimately, if we can give them the solution and it's 100% what they need, if that took 27 minutes or 14 hours, I don't think it matters.
So then when the client comes to you with an idea, like, how much responsibility do you now take for their idea? Because sometimes I'll get ideas from clients and it's like, I don't think that's a good idea. Is it your job to tell them that? Especially in this new world that's all concept ideation? Or is it like, whatever the client wants is right, and then you kind of have this hunch that this is not going to be a good thing, and wow, you make it, and whoa, turns out you were right. It's not the best thing. They just spent $5,000. They got 1,000 views, like, $50 a view, or I don't know, is that the right? No, $5 a view. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. Well, I think in a lot of cases when the technology is so streamlined, they won't have to come to you. because if they have the idea and that's all they want to do,
Yeah.
they're just going to do it.
Okay.
I think when they will come to us is when they don't know what they want to do, or they don't know how to use the tools, or they want our input. They want us to come in and say that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right now we're in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. But I think things are going to move more towards like they're going to want to bring us in because they're going to want us to take their idea and turn it into a solution. And if the solution falls flat, that might be on us.
And I mean, yeah. And speaking of your context, like Block Media, that's what you guys do. Is you say you guys have the idea, right? So but I'm guessing like you're still giving some advice on these ideas, right? Or is it just like whatever you say goes? We're just turning on the cameras.
Yeah, well, block media is an interesting approach because I think what was much easier to systematize, and maybe in the short term there might be a little bit of an opportunity with AI to provide like a high efficiency, high margin deliverable. But I think long term, and maybe with like physical production, I don't know, like there's still a lot of those areas that are going to have to are ways from getting caught up. But I think long term, it's going to have to shift more to the creative side. Or what I'm aiming towards with Block Media is the reoccurring model. So it's like you have our team on a regular basis, and you have us when you need us. Rather than this project, that project. Well, this is going to take that long. You call us, like it's going to be much more like we're going to integrate with your team as a creative partner. And maybe that's creative development. Maybe it's mostly execution. Whatever it might be to kind of fit what their company needs at the time. We're coming in as a partner on a regular basis, as opposed to project one-offs. But I think project one-offs can still be a great viable model. But more on the creative side of like working as a, maybe not consultant, but as like a creative strategist, or like someone who can come in with that expert perspective and provide those solutions.
What kind of content do you think is, or are there any types of content that are more safe than others from this shift? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, obviously the physical component hasn't been touched yet. So physically going to film or photograph a location, if it's an architectural building, I mean, that's going to be a hard one to replace with AI. Now, maybe it comes to a point where an iPhone photo can be manipulated in such an impressive way that it will replace that.
Or replace the photographer and the camera, maybe,
So I think physical on-site type production is still a little ways off from being taken over.
Okay.
Maybe it'll always be around, but obviously anything that's strictly digital, I think we're seeing sort of a progression, like a trickle effect, where copywriting right now is a tough place to be as a creative, because almost everyone I talk to is unwilling to pay for copywriting for a professional to come in and write highly strategic, really high quality copy for their brand. It's all, everyone wants ChatGPT and Claude. So again, are we able to give them the solutions that the copy can give them? We're gonna have to be using ChatGPT and Claude to do a lot of the efficiency side if it's long form. But they're gonna have to be paying for the human, the brain behind it. So that one's being impacted pretty dramatically. Obviously, design is going through a bit of a obviously design is kind of going through it right now, where ChatGPT is able to reproduce a lot of interesting stuff.
But you can always tell. I feel like you can always tell. Maybe not.
You can always tell. But what's happening is
I'm sure I've been tricked. Yeah.
It's not so much that it's convincing by itself. But it's able to get 80% of the way there. And then someone who knows what they're doing comes in and tweaks the last bit. It's like a 3D rendering, for example. I did a video of this where we took a product with my iPhone, took a photo, threw it in ChatGPT.
I saw that. That was sick.
And asked it to give me a 3D rendering. Now, like to do a 3D rendering of a package that doesn't digitally exist, you have to do the nuance, the shadow, the highlights, make the package look real, add like the little lines, the little press marks, make sure that the reflections are accurate, make it like look good. That's a lot of work to do just a 3D model. Never mind the graphic on it itself.
Yeah.
So it was able to do a really amazing 3D model.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a full 3D model. It's just a JPEG or a PNG.
Yeah.
But it's able to get something that's very convincing looking. And then the graphic is a little wonky. So you have to go in, you have to put the right logo on. You have to fix the font a little bit. The color hue is slightly off.
Yeah.
But you can go and do that in 37 minutes.
Yeah.
And what was a 9-hour 3D rendering job is now 90 seconds in ChatGPT, and then half an hour doing the manipulations. So it gets you 80% of the way there, and then someone who's good at Photoshop can come in and tweak the rest. Yeah. And so that's where we're seeing the efficiency piece is really impacting.
But okay, yes, I agree. But I tried to do this the other day, and I feel like I just want to pull this up. I tried to do this the other day, and I was like, all I wanted was a map of Canada and a little animation of it zooming into Edmonton. So I put in a pretty reasonable prompt in the ChatGPT, and then this is what it came up with. Right? And so it's Alberta, Edmonton's there. It's all up in the the north.
Edmonton is now an entire
it's its own it looks like the U.S.,
province.
which is hilarious. And this is supposed to be Canada. I mean, what is this? Alberta, Alberta River. Anyways, so I was I sent it to my group chat. I'm like, I don't think AI is taking our jobs anytime soon. Yeah. And I honestly, when I saw this, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to type into this to make this better, right?
Yeah,
but then
you probably can.
My friend sent me this, right? And this is that VO3 or whatever.
I didn't do it. I didn't kill your family. Please stop this now.
This creeps me out.
You hate me as much as you hate my mom. You crossed the line this time.
Ugh.
Wow.
It's impressive for sure. It's creepy. But I mean, if it's come this far, if it's come that far in the last year, who knows where this is going to be in 5 years, which is kind of the idea.
Yeah, could they make a film of AI, strictly AI? We're at the point where it's very, very feasible, very close to being feasible. Mm. But again, will people want to watch it? Mm. That's the big question.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming today, man. It's been sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks for being our first official podcast guest, I guess. And
this is a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll have to have you around more. Okay, so you put out this AI. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Levi.
Do you need napkin? Too hyper about this. That's so good. Sorry.
That's all good.
Nice catch. Is that on camera?